The motivation for this device was to create opportunities and accessibility to using telescopes. We had a broken telescope that not many people knew how to use, and we wanted to create a way to make using the telescope much easier for people. The main hardware subsystem that we are proud of is this custom gear system, which uses bevel gears and worm gears. They are purely custom and made from scratch. We are also proud of this base as everything fit very flush and it is extremely sturdy as it will not move. The input sensor that we use for our system is a 6 degree of freedom gyroscope and accelerometer sensor. So for our actuation of our system, we used a NEMA 17 stepper motor, which is right here. It's not viewed because it is inside our system. And attached to it is a bevel gear, which connects to another bevel gear. And that is connected to a shaft with a worm gear on it, which then connects to another gear over here, which enables rotation of the Z-axis. The gears can be moved by hand using this knob, or they can be moved automatically through these motor drivers, our controller, and our power supply. Currently, our machine is on state 0. Nothing is on and nothing is activated. So if the user would want to activate our system, they would first have to press the motor activation button in order to transition to state 1. The motor activation button is this push button right here. And once this button is pressed, the motors will be turned on and the LED on the ESP32 will turn on to notify the user. Once the motor is activated, the user can then turn this knob on the telescope to move the telescope to any desired position they want to view. Once a position has been chosen by the user will then press the automation button in order to compare the current location of the telescope to the desired location to view the nearest object. Once the automation state button is pressed, the motors will actuate to get closer to the actual object. Once they reach close enough to the actual object, then the motors will stop and a view will be visible. And as you can see, the motor stopped and we now have a view of the moon. And this means that we are in state 3, where information on the object is printed for the user to view. We initially wanted to have another axis of rotation, but due to time constraints, we were not able to include the second axis of rotation and the second stepper motor, unfortunately.